guys, I'm so glad you can join me again for another video. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to make your own facial toner. Now there's lots of toners out there, but I have to say that sometimes making your own can be, one, a lot of fun, and two, you know exactly what it is that is going into it. Now the toner I need because I'm running out of the old one that I made, but all is well. I'm here to show you how to make it as well. So this toner is going to include witch hazel. Is a great astringent, and it's good to calm your face if you've got spots. Actually, it's good for all the skin if you've got spots or you've got a rash. And it says it also soothes minor skin irritation, sprains and bruises. And so this really helps to calm your skin down. And then you have aloe vera. Now I'm going to be using fresh aloe vera, which I had a little plant and now it's grown really crazy. So I'm going to be mixing a little bit of this witch hazel, which I'll only be using a cap for, so it's going to be kind of diluted. You'll need some water, so I'm going to be using some water here. I'm going to be using my aloe vera, which is fresh. I'll cut some off. If you haven't got access to an aloe vera plant, you can go to your local health store and get some aloe vera juice, which you should store in the fridge once the cap is opened. And then I'll be just showing you how I'm going to mix it. And I'll be using the mighty Vitamix to mix it. If you don't have a Vitamix, you can obviously use any other blender, but just you might have to blend it for a little bit longer to make sure all the ingredients are mixed. And that is pretty much it. So watch me as I make this toner. So here we have the aloe vera leaf, which I've just cut, and as you can see in the middle, I don't know if it can focus here, you can see the gel, and this is exactly what we want for our face toner. So what I do, and what is normally recommended, is to cut off the top of the leaf. I usually cut off on the side which is straight, because as you can see it's a little bit rounded, and I'll go as far as I can. Then I'm going to scrape off the gel and then put it inside the blender. So first, be careful when using a knife. Try and cut as finely as possible, not to cut into the gel, but just taking off the leafy part at the top. Now we don't have to waste it because I'm going to show you how I can use this just to place on my face. I washed the leaf beforehand. So for those of you who haven't got patience, it probably will be easier just to buy the aloe vera juice. However, that being said, fresh is best. So obviously we didn't get right to the end, but that's okay because there's not very much gel in there. We're now going to try and scrape the gel, so there's quite a lot here. So starting at the small end, just press your knife in a little bit, and then going from the big end, I'm going to go in a bit and just careful of the barbs because it can be a bit sharp. Just going to go across like this. As you can see, the gel is coming off. See all that gel. And we'll continue on so we can get as much of the gel out. Now that we have the gel inside the blender, we're now going to add some water here. I recommend just using probably about 150 mils maximum for the amount that you're going to have, just for the right ratio. Using the distilled witch hazel, I just suggest using a cupful. So now we have all our ingredients inside the blender. So now we've got the gel, we have the witch hazel, and we've got some water. And the simple thing now to do is just blend everything together. Now that it's finished, you can now store it. Now for the first one I made, I just put it into an empty old water bottle. However, for longevity, it's probably best to use something that is glass based. If you can have access to the glass bottles, that's even better, but it doesn't really matter as long as you have a way of getting the product out. I also recommend that you put this product in the fridge. And if your fridge is at a lower temperature, that's even better. Because of the fresh aloe vera, if you leave it out, it will go bad. However, even if you use bottled aloe vera, once out it starts to oxidize, so you still have to put it into the fridge. However, it's so great because once it's cold and you apply it on your face, it feels so refreshing. I usually use this at night time, just before I go to bed, and I feel like my skin is really refreshed before the next day. And I'm personally just going to pour it back into my bottle, but you're welcome to just use any storage that you have in the house. So I'm just going to pour this in, hopefully not spilling anything. Last time I lost loads because I dropped it. As you can see, you've got that little bit of a green tint because of the aloe vera. Now, as you might have remembered, I did have some of the aloe vera still stuck on the leaf. Every time I use aloe vera, I always have this bit left, and I just apply it straight on my face. It becomes a little bit taut, but it's great because it tightens my skin, and because it has natural antiseptic properties, any like bad things on my skin or on your skin will help to just clear it up. Now obviously not everybody can use aloe vera, or some people might have allergies, so just make sure and check for that. You might want to do a little skin patch test beforehand to make sure, but I love this stuff. So all I do is I just apply it directly onto my skin, and there's a lot of gel on this because I hate wasting. It looks a bit gunky, but it's so good for your skin. And you can just leave that on for about half an hour to an hour and wash it off. If you don't have as much time, you can just leave it on your skin for 10 minutes and rinse off with warm water and a cloth, and then add your normal moisturizer. And that's pretty much it. I want to thank you so much for joining me for another video, and hope to see you again. See you later.